Hello everyone, and today on Evolution of, we'll be continuing our journey on the evolution of raptors. In this episode, we will feature one of the most famous raptors of all, the famous Velociraptor. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Mongolia, 75 million years ago. This is a hot desert world where animals need to be especially tough. Perfect for dinosaurs. A lone Pinacosaurus is out in the desert feeding on whatever vegetation he can eat. Pinacosaurus is a tank of an animal, weighing 3 tons, armored to the teeth, with a shield on its back. It is virtually invincible from other predators. One of its main weapons is a huge bony club, almost a meter wide, along with bony bumps protecting the rest of his back, and his soft underside from predators. Seeing such an intimidating creature, you'd expect no predator to attack it. However, there are a handful of creatures willing to take the risk. Using his sheer size and bulk scares off the nuisance of a predator, and the Pinacosaurus continues on his way, feeding on whatever the desert throws out. By the lakeside, another unusual dinosaur lives. These are called Gallimimus, ostrich-like dinosaurs that live throughout the northern hemisphere. These semi-intelligent wonders tend to communicate with each other, much like other birds do in groups. These dinosaurs also have perfect legs for running through the sand in the desert. But this watering hole is full of all sorts of different predators, big and small. And like a schedule, the watering hole is open to a select group of visitors through different parts of the day. And now the Gallimimus know better than to overstay their welcome, because there's a much more dangerous predator around, and it's their turn for their morning drink. One of the most infamous dinosaurs, with a hooked claw, feared throughout the Gobi Desert. This is the one and only Velociraptor. Velociraptors, made famous by the Jurassic Park films, are much smaller than their Hollywood portrayal. In the film, they were portrayed up to the size of a man, when in reality they were no bigger than a rooster. But their small size was made up for in an arsenal of weapons. Velociraptor was also feathered, much like birds today, and they lived in packs. But their arsenal of weapons had one famous weapon, the hooked claw. The hooked claw is designed to hold down the victim of any potential attack, while the Velociraptor uses his claws to rip apart his prey. It is a perfect killing machine. But there is another, stranger relative in the desert, related to the raptor, and it's the owner of these eggs, who has a mysterious past, and we must travel through a history lesson. We first must leave the United States and travel to Asia, specifically to the dry but rural country of Mongolia, a North Asian country. Most of this barren country is covered in a desert called the Gobi Desert, which still exists to this present day. And within the last 2 decades, many discoveries are found, all beginning in 1923. At this time, Mongolia was barely explored by Westerners, and a land of mystery known, and these mysteries were unearthed by this paleontologist, Captain Roy Andrews, whose hat is said to have inspired the Indiana Jones film. During his expedition in 1923, he discovered many different species of dinosaurs, including, most famously, the very first preserved dinosaur eggs, which confirmed that dinosaurs laid eggs. The party was short, though. While Captain Andrews was conducting his expedition, Mongolia had a huge revolution, switching to a communist government, and all Western influence was banned, keeping its scientific secrets for another 70 years. But he did find a body next to the egg. This is one of his finds. For years, it was believed that this dinosaur was an egg thief plundering the eggs, so it was named Oviraptor. Oviraptor means egg thief, and they had a huge range around the northern hemisphere, from South Dakota, North Dakota, Utah, Texas, New Mexico, many species in Alberta, Canada, and Mongolia, and part of China. However, once examined through the eggs showed that this egg thief was actually the mother of the eggs. And a sad story was pieced to there, that the mother was in fact covered in a sandstorm, protecting her brood of eggs. And one of these kinds of instance belonged to one giant oviraptor, the biggest of them all. A 4-meter high dinosaur, taller than a man. Gigantoraptor, the largest oviraptorid ever discovered. Despite this creature's fearsome nature, it was likely spending most of the time eating plants. So in other words, Gigantoraptor was truly a gentle giant. But being the mother of the egg of a clutch of eggs means you can't be a gentle giant forever. The velociraptors have smelled her nest of eggs, and this angry mother will not give up her nest without a fight. Using her size to intimidate the velociraptor, she tries to scare them off, but she also has a secret weapon in case. Gigantoraptor had very strong legs, built for running and, most importantly, kicking. So when the worst scenario appeared, she always had a very strong kick to depend on. After killing 2 of the pack members, the velociraptors yield and learn their lesson, that this mother isn't going anywhere. The raptors have finally been checkmated by another creature, and in the next episode we will explore where these defenses and competition escalates in the 3rd episode of the evolution of the Raptors. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like my videos and would like to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. Have an amazing day.